The 22 hit big in Vegas while some other playoff drivers were a bust. Plus Kim Coon, she's going to be here to tell us some of the stories we didn't see yesterday in Vegas.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.
All right, let's do this, everybody. It's Monday, October 21st. We have a lot to get to. What a day out in Las Vegas. What a race, what a finish. Congratulations to Joey Logano, that 22 team, stretching the fuel mileage, 69 laps to get the victory and to punch his ticket to head to Phoenix. So exciting. It was an exciting week from start to finish. Allmendinger also part of the list that is moving on to compete for a championship. We'll hear from both Logano and Allmendinger. Plus, we'll tell you all the guys who had issues in the playoffs in Las Vegas. And Kim Coon, she was busy this weekend. She had the AJ interview. She got to talk to Christopher Bell. She got to talk to Tyler Reddick. She's going to join us to talk all about that. But first, okay, Joey Logano, if he wasn't excited, I don't even know what to call it. Getting the win, the big win out in Las Vegas, beating Christopher Bell, who certainly had the class of the field as far as the car was concerned. But it was Joey Logano who got it done on fuel mileage. And here's the call from Lee Diffie.
And now Bell's there, but it may be just too much to do, too close to the line. Can you believe what you are seeing? Joey Logano is the last into the round of 8. Joey Logano wins Las Vegas. He's going to Phoenix.
Listen, this is a two-time Cup Series champion, and the way Joey celebrates these wins and these accomplishments, you feel like you're in the race car with him. But this is amazing. I text my producer and I said, do you know what we're witnessing here? We're actually seeing a guy who's going to go for a third championship. That's Joey Logano. We have 17 drivers with multiple championships. Joey obviously won them already, but now he has an opportunity to win number 3. I did look it up. Tony Stewart, Cale Yarborough, DW, David Pearson, and Lee Petty. Those are the guys with 3 championships, and now Joey has a chance to do that as well. Plus, we are witnessing history because he has the most championship 4 appearances. There it is, right there, by any driver. 6 times he has gone to the championship 4. Of course, twice he's won those championships. We'll tell you that in just a second. But let's hear what Joey had to say when he climbed from the race car, because boy, oh boy, was he excited.
Man, we do some fuel mileage stuff, don't we? Holy cow.
Yes, you can.
What an incredible turn of events here last week. What a very fast Pennzoil Mustang. And we got the Joe Kids crew here today, and a lot of kids rooting us on, so it was really special to win in front of them again. Hey, to my kids at home, I wish you guys were out here, but
I need his gas man to help me fill up my car sometimes, because man, oh man, they were able to stretch that fuel 69 laps, of course, played the fuel mileage game. If you haven't heard the nickname that he calls Paul Wolf in the media center, I recommend that you go and look it up. I'm gonna refrain because it's a family show, but it was awesome. And then Joey, after he was able to do this interview, he went into victory lane. Check out how he entered victory lane. This is so cool. Is so jacked up. I love that. Listen, maybe a little dangerous, but we got you, Joey. We know what you can do with that car. Okay, so Joey on one end, of course, celebrating, and then we had a lot of drivers that had issues out there. Let's start with Ryan Blaney, because that started the weekend. Ryan Blaney practiced right there. He spun out, had to go to a backup car. Not a great day. Denny Hamlin, he had a slow pit stop. He did finish 8th on the day, so was able to salvage a top 10 finish. We'll show you where all these playoff drivers finished in just a second. But you see Denny Hamlin there. Who else? Oh, this was the big one. We got Tyler Reddick and Chase Elliott. Other drivers were involved, but these are the 2 playoff drivers. And what a scary moment for Tyler Reddick, who went airborne. He won stage 1, looked like he was going to have a great day, and then, of course, didn't. Ryan Blaney, more issues for Ryan. And Kyle Larson, he had that something puncture the front of his race car, but he was also able to salvage a pretty good day in 11th. Here are where the playoff drivers did finish the race yesterday. Of course, you got Joey out front, Christopher Bell in second again. You got 5 in the top 11, which is pretty good. And then Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Tyler Reddick, just really tough days to start the round of 8. And if you look at the playoff leaderboard now, Joey Logano is the one driver who has locked himself in. Christopher Bell still 42 to the good. Kyle Larson 35 to the good. William Byron 27, but everybody else below that cut line. And you got Chase Elliott, the sport's most popular driver, who lost 44 points yesterday in Las Vegas, and he is now 53 out. So you would think that he's probably getting pretty close to a must win as we head to Homestead and then Martinsville to try to repeat a championship from 2020. Let's hear from Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick right now.
I mean, it's a whole new race next week. You know, this track means nothing for next week. And fortunately, we were able to go and win in Homestead, but nothing's guaranteed. Just because I ran second today doesn't mean that I'm going to finish, you know, anywhere next week. So, I think the points look pretty good, which is a positive, but you're never safe in this deal.
You know, minus 17 isn't great. We can still have a good day at Homestead and be in the mix of Martinsville. So ideally, yeah, it would be nice to win today. It'd be nice to win next week. That's what we'll focus on. But thankfully, we got some stage points in stage one, and it wasn't, you know, we're not absolutely out of it on points yet. So we got a few ways, but we're going to have to be here perfect from here on out, I'd say.
Yeah, you could certainly understand how both of those guys are so disappointed. Tyler Reddick won stage one. He has got Michael Jordan on that pit box, just kind of looking over the shoulder. And especially how last week, when it seemed like this week was getting back on track, they kept talking about that on the broadcast. And then Christopher Bell, man, he had a rocket ship, started on the pole and just really thought that he was the guy that was going to get this victory out in Las Vegas. Can certainly understand how disappointed they are, but congratulations to Joey Logano. Congratulations also to AJ Allmendinger. He got the big win on Saturday in the Xfinity Series. Take a look at this, the dinger out front. He has now also punched his ticket, locked himself into the championship 4, which is so awesome. He's another guy that I love to see celebrate. When he wins, everybody wins. And here is his post-race interview with Kim Coon.
I absolutely love these guys and girls at college racing. Been such up and down. But what I love about them is we stick together. We keep fighting. God, what a way to get to Phoenix after a year that we've had. Let's go win a championship. Let's go!
That's the kind of energy you want to see from a race winner.
18th career win for AJ Allmendinger in the Xfinity Series, his second at Vegas, but probably the most important one because he is now racing for a championship. All right, so that leads us to Kim Coon, who, fresh off the red eye, are we, Kim?
Yes, fresh off the red eye from Vegas.
Did you get some sleep?
I did. I slept a little on the plane, so I'm feeling good.
Good. All right. Well, you know who else is feeling good? That's Joey Logano. What a day. What was the energy like for him? And I know that you were busy kind of doing some of the other post-race interviews, and I do want to talk to you about. Do we have a doggy joining us?
You talked about the energy. That's my dog, Jude. He is clearly very excited that Joey Logano won the Vegas race.
So Puppy's excited about Joey Logano. So are Joey Logano fans. And like I mentioned, I know you were busy kind of doing some post-race interviews, and I do want to talk to you about that. But what was this moment like? Because I feel like Joey and AJ, who you also talked to.
Yes.
There are guys that celebrate wins, and they celebrate them. And that's what we saw yesterday from Joey.
Absolutely. And it's the kind of celebration I love to see, not just because it's the championship 4 that both of them got locked into, but you know, you never know when you're going to get your last win. And so the enthusiasm I loved. And, you know, I think a lot of people thought Joey Logano was going to be dangerous once he got into the championship round of 8, but I don't know that they were thinking he was going to come out and win Vegas, but you can never count that team out. Love the enthusiasm. I love that Paul Wolf is willing to gamble, especially when you're at Vegas.
Oh yeah, had nothing to lose, right? I mean, like you mentioned, almost like, and I hate the phrase because it's kind of like cliche-y, right? Especially because you're in Vegas, but playing with house money because they were able to get into the playoffs because of that disqualification from Alex Bowman. On the flip side of this, you did do the interview with Christopher Bell, and what a disappointment because he certainly had probably the car to beat yesterday. Tell me about like the moments leading up to when the camera goes on and you talk to him on camera. What was that like for him? What was the emotion?
Well, I actually want to start with the radio, which we didn't get an opportunity to play on our broadcast, but I know NASCAR's done a really good job of putting it on their social. The emotion that you heard in that moment when he realized he was not going to catch Joey and Joey was winning the race is emotion I've never seen from Christopher Bell. He was clearly, it was this culmination of anger, disappointment, frustration, and it was just pure emotions.
You've got to be kidding me.
Good job, buddy.
That sucks, buddy. That sucks real bad, but it wasn't meant to be. We did all we could do. Great car, fellas. Great job on pit road.
You know, starting out hearing that, and then he pulls onto pit road, and he had to take a moment where he just sat in his car and took a breath, didn't get out, kind of was trying to process what just happened, climbs out of the car. You know, we have to wait. And so we're sitting on pit road. He can see the front stretch. He can hear the PA, hear the 22 team and Joey Logano celebrating. And so then that just, I think, emphasized the disappointment even more. And you heard in his interview, like this is going to sting for a long time, and it's going to take a very long time to process because they did everything right yesterday.
And,
yeah.
And thanks for joining us fresh off your red eye. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you having me.
Make sure you follow Kim on Instagram, Kimmy Coon. That's where you can find her on social media. And then also Around the Track. That will be on Wednesday because she hosts that, does a great job hosting that show. Get you caught up on all your racing news. Before we go, it is time for Best Day Ever, a little BDE on a Monday. And I have to give this award this week to my friend, the one, the only Doug Rice. After 40 years in the business, I actually just looked it up. His first race call, 1993 Coca-Cola 600. Doug is retiring, and this past weekend was his very last race. I did have a chance to text with him, congratulated him, wished him the best of luck, but I want you to hear the final call for Doug Rice.
Bell is charging hard, but he's got the buffer of Ron Blaney between him and race leader Joey Logano. For the fourth time in his career, Joey Logano will win in Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and he locks up a spot. A championship coming up in Phoenix. Joey Logano, whose chances were none last week about this time, 2 hours after the race, they said, well, Bowman is disqualified. Welcome to the playoffs. He makes it work.
When I first moved to Charlotte in 2004, I worked a concert event at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and Doug was one of the very first people that I met all the way back then. And I have stayed in contact with him, obviously, through the racing community for the last 20 years. And I'm just so incredibly happy for him, his success, and what we might see him doing after the season is over. So Doug's last lap, congratulations to Doug Rice. We're going to have him on NASCAR Daily this week to talk about the final weekend out in Las Vegas. All right, that's it for a Monday. Thanks to Kim Coon. Congratulations to the 22 and AJ Allmendinger, and we will see you tomorrow.
NASCAR Daily with Shannon Spake.